Hello everyone, welcome to last video. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a little update and also a little tour of my tarantula collection. So that I don't have many of them, but I have about 6 tarantulas. So let's see one by one. I would like to apologize to you guys for mentioning the wrong species name of my first tarantula, which I told orange baboon tarantula, but it came out to be a rear haunch baboon tarantula, which is the Ceratogras darlingii. So I don't know the scientific names of these tarantulas, I just know the common names, but in this tarantula we use the scientific name as the main source. So sorry for that. So if I do something wrong, like the wrong term, so sorry for that because I'm just a beginner, so forgive me. So let's first we get started with our slings. Slings means spider links, which are less than 2 inches and also they won't develop any coloration on them. So if you want to buy a tarantula, means you can buy as a sling, and also you can buy as mature males or females, which are called adults. So I got a couple of slings which are smaller than 1 inch, so which is my Brachypelma hormori, which is a Mexican red knee tarantula, and also the theological vagans or vagans. So the pronunciation is not a matter, the matter is the spelling. So if you remember the spelling, that's okay. The Mexican red drum tarantula, so the one I wrote in down means that's a common name, and also the upper one is the scientific name. In this tarantula hobby, we use scientific name rather than the common names because the tarantula are a lot and they need some specific names for their care and maintenance. So let's see the first, which is the Brachypelma hormori. So I think y'all can see, I don't want to take it in my hands because it tried to run out today when I was watering it. So you can see it's a little damp. That's good for the slings because they like damp because they don't have a hard skin, so they need something to be like protective for them. So that's why I add a lot of water in here, so it will be damp and humid. So you can see that's a very cool tarantula, but that's a very small, you can see compared to my finger, that's a very small one. So now it's time for this is the vagans, the theological vagans, which is the Mexican red drum tarantula. So I'm not good in scientific names, so sorry for that. I think y'all can't see this because it like to hide. So deep inside there, yep, that's quite big than the Mexican red knee, but it's still small compared to other tarantulas. So yeah, I think you can see, yep. It like to burrow as the species, which is a Mexican red drum. So they're some kind of boring tarantula. So when they grow, they might develop some beautiful coloration, but as a sling, they are very boring. So I may put all the pictures down, so something somewhere here, so you can see the original coloration of them. So next is my personal favorite tarantula, which is the Grammostola purchripus, which is a Chaco golden knee tarantula. So this is one of the best beginner tarantula out there as a sling and also as an adult. They have the irritating hairs, but they don't have the venom. They have slightly, which is not bad for human health. So it's not a matter for humans at all, and they won't kick hairs too. So they rarely kick hairs, and their hairs is not so irritating also. So they are good beginner tarantulas. So let's see inside the enclosure. So usually the slings might create burrows and live inside burrows, but mine, it don't like burrowing at all. I tried a deep sand, deep soil, it don't like it also. It like hanging over like this. So this is a very beautiful tarantula. So this is a newer, so I forget to mention just now you saw both of them are new world tarantulas. First I cover the new world and then I go to the old world, which are more venomous and also little difficult to be cared. So these are easy to be cared, so I feed it twice a week with mealworms, so it can eat even 2 days once, but I don't want that because they might grow so fast, and also they can develop some health issues like the obesity in tarantulas. So, and it might difficult the process of molting also, so I don't want that to occur. So that's why I just feed a little bit only, and then I added the water dish in here because it liked drinking water from the water dish, and I also spray because I want this enclosure to be damp. So there's nothing very special about this tarantula because it's very basic tarantula. So this is a very common species out here, so you can even handle it. So before handling, please make sure that it's not angry. Put something like this in front so that it won't strike or go to the defensive mode. So now we are going to handle it, so it's very easy. Just put your finger like that, so see it can even fall. So if you are handling them, means please be on any table or something like a ground, because these tarantulas, if they fall, means their abdomen may injure, so which makes it difficult to be live. So because the abdomen is the major part of their body, so it's very important not to injure that area. So now let's put him back. We can go back into enclosure. Okay, he's going. And my tarantula love all the greeneries in here, but they are all artificial, so make sure that your greeneries that you are adding is not so sharp, so it won't injure the abdomen part. So that's about my Chaco golden knee tarantula. So now we are going to move on to the deadly tarantula, but not that deadly. Tarantulas are not deadly at all because they don't have the venom that the snakes have, and also the video spiders, which are the most venomous tarantula out the most venomous spider out there, because these are more bigger species which are opportunistic burrowers. Most of them opportunistic burrowers means they wait for their prey and then they strike. And the newer species cannot strike so fast because they are very docile species, like our Gramsula creepers, the Chaco golden knee tarantula. So if you are a beginner, please go choose them. This is the species that I confused with my red horn baboon tarantula. So this is the Cernoculus murinus, which is an orange baboon tarantula. So these have a bad reputation in this hobby because of their venom and also the speed. So they won't come out all the time. They like to burrow, they like to web all over their enclosure if you don't have enough soil. So I put a deep soil, so that's okay, but this is not enough also because it's just about 1.5 inches. They require at least this much of soil because they love burrowing, creating craters. So that's why, and they don't need some like cock bugs because they just dig down, but I have add some. So he's right behind, so you can see he's quite scary, but he's in a good size. So this size is better because if you buy a big one, means you need to have a big enclosure and don't want to make them get out. So that's why I added a few sponges in here so that they won't try to get out, but to squeeze his body inside that. But I tried to put something like this, and then he just came calm, and also he burrowed in, so that's not a problem. So I tried to feed him yesterday. I think he ate. I'm not sure he ate or not, but I need to check tomorrow because I give some time, because I just bought this tarantula yesterday together with another tarantula which I'm going to show you just now. Other than that, this tarantula is not recommended for the beginners, or you can ask me, I'm a beginner too, why I wrongly bought it. I didn't do research about this, I just did. So if you want to be a long time successful hobbyist, please don't do this. If you want to buy some species, means please go research about them, learn more things, prepare the enclosure for them, and then you go buy or search for a source which is trustworthy, because they might the big shops that you go sometimes can make some species like the like I do, which is my rear horn baboon tarantula with the orange baboons, because they both look similar. So you want to avoid that, means please go to the pro buyers or pro sellers like the breeders, so that you can be taught by them, and also the trusses are so trustworthy that if you want to give your tarantula back, means you can give to them. I think most of you know this tarantula. So this is our first tarantula, which is the Tartarugyrus derlingi. So this is very difficult to be pronounced because this is a scientific name to which from Latin and Greece. So they are quite difficult to be pronounced. So I just say the common name, which is the real horned baboon tarantula. So this is one of the most venomous species of tarantula in this hobby. So most of us tell C doubling, which is very easy. C D is a small letter, so C doubling. So we just use same for the other tarantula, which is the G pulchripus or the P murinus. So that's so easy to pronounce, so we do that. So this enclosure have a lot of humidity because these real horned baboons love that, and I got a lot of live greeneries and also some of the artificial greeneries since my tarantula love them. So they actually I did this enclosure little different from the others enclosure because you can see the difference of the soil. So I don't want my tarantula to burrow in front of the enclosure because I set up this enclosure very beautifully. So that's why I made something like a bump in here, so that this is about, I think, 2.5 inches and this is just about 1 inch. So you can see the difference of soil, so that my tarantula is burrowing right here. So you cannot see right now because it's in the burrow. So let me try. So it's not recommended for beginners too. So let me see, he wanna come out or not. Okay, he's coming. He's coming. Okay, so he's right here, so you can see. So this is my C darlingi. So he's quite smaller than my orange baboon tarantula. So this is one of my cheapest tarantula, so I bought for only 28 ringgit. So this is the cheapest one I could get, so that's why I get as my first tarantula. But this is not perfect for beginners at all. So this is an intermediate tarantula, so which is you need some experience on tarantulas like the new ones, and then only you can come into this. So nothing special about this. There's a venomous species and they have some horny thing when they get big, but for now I don't see any horns, some red horns, which means their head. I give you the pictures in right here, so you can see that. So let's move on to the last tarantula of our video. This is my biggest tarantula that I have. So this is a juvenile, one and only juvenile that I have. So he's too fast, so if you're handling him, please be careful, because I tried to lose him twice when I was transferring he to the new home, and also second time which I was trying to handle an oval tarantula, and it was a really bad idea. He just springs and he ran away. Luckily it was a closed room, if not means he definitely gonna escape. So I don't want to happen that again, so that's why I'm gonna be so careful when handling this species. So this is the Monocentropus pulpori. So this species is Socotra Island blue baboon tarantula. So this is a baboon tarantula. So the all the three that I have is baboon tarantula. They are oval. So this is one of the best beginner oval tarantula. So because they are not so defensive, you can still handle them, but they can move so fast, so it's not recommended to handle them. It's even not recommended to handle any tarantula, but some of them don't mind. So please don't handle your tarantula so often, so please give some time. Yeah, like monthly, once or twice is better. If you handle every day, means your tarantula can get stressed, and even some docile species can get aggressive, so please be aware. So now I'm going to try to get out. So I suspect him to be somewhere in here. So he's a very fast runner, so I don't want to lose him. So let's see, where is he? So this bush is a nice hideout for tarantulas like this. I suspect it to be under the cork bark, so let's see. Okay, yes, you can see running. So this is the tarantula. So I think y'all can see. Wait, let me zoom in. So this is a blue leg tarantula. So this is a very beautiful tarantula. So take a closer look. So this is quite big. So it's a size of my finger like this, I think, with the leg span. So this is a very beautiful tarantula. So I think we can see now. It's nice and beautiful. So I don't want to open for a long time because it can sprint. So close again. So that's a beautiful tarantula. So in a beautiful enclosure, it's running. That's a very beautiful tarantula. So it's one of my personal favorite in the whole world. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, until then, this is Praveen from PRAVEEIN'S. Bye bye.